Hey everybody, this is Paul from Graphical, and we're going to be looking at rotation points or pivot points today. So how we look at rotating the graphics to get them to animate nicely. When it comes to PowerPoint, when you select the image, you can see you have this nice little rotation symbol there, and when we rotate the image, okay, it will rotate around a standard point. Now in PowerPoint, that is always the center point of the graphic, okay? So it doesn't matter what size and shape you put in to PowerPoint. PowerPoint will calculate the middle point of that graphic, and that will be your rotation point, okay? So that's the way PowerPoint works. Now what I've done is in the graphics packs, I've resized the images, okay? So when you drag them into PowerPoint, it roughly gives you the correct rotation point, okay? So this image here will roughly rotate around there. So you can see that is roughly the center of gravity, so to speak, of the aircraft, okay? So when you're doing rotations off the bat, they should work relatively well, okay? So I just move that out of the way and just press Shift F5. You can see if I've just put a little slight animation in this one here, you can see it as it moves up and noses. It generally is in the correct sort of center of gravity. Not exact, but it'll give you a starting point. So how do we look about changing that? For example, if we wanted to move our rotation point to a wheel or even back or anything like that, we're going to have to look at changing that rotation point, and this is what this tutorial is about today. Unfortunately, in PowerPoint, moving the center rotation is a little bit tricky. It's not as easy as things like Adobe Photoshop or Animate, where you select your graphical component and it gives you a little gizmo in the middle and you just drag it with your cursor and that will move this rotational point. It doesn't work like that in PowerPoint. We've got to change the size of the image. Now the easiest way to do it is we go for the crop. So if I was to just rotate that, at the moment you can see the image now rotates from the original rotation point. Now if I was to select format and go crop, and you can see what the crop does, it allows me to manipulate the size of the image. So if I was to just bring that all the way in there like that and click away, now when I rotate that image, you can see because PowerPoint has recalculated the middle is somewhere there, and that is now the new rotation point. So this is how we're going to look at changing the rotation points of graphics within PowerPoint. So if I just Control Z that one to get my graphic back to its original size. Now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to, that's gone behind, so I'm just going to go bring to front. What happens if I just want to change my rotation point to that wheel there, okay? So at the moment it's nowhere near. So that's quite easy to sort out. So we're going to go format and we're going to go crop, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the crop of the image round to basically match that rotation point. So easy. So crop, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move that in slightly, and you can see the crop marks will give you an indication of how much you need to bring the crop in. So I need that black mark to be in line of that wheel to bring the center of rotation over that wheel. So very slightly, that's about roughly it. Now that mark there is the center. Now if I want to bring that down to the wheel, I'm going to have to crop the image downwards like that. You can see the center part of that one will move down, and all I do is just move it down until that is in line with the wheels. So it's a little bit of guesswork, unfortunately. It's not an exact science, but just do it by eye, and you can see now when I rotate that image now, you can see it rotates around that wheel. So that's the way we manipulate the rotation points, okay? A bit fiddly, but it works incredibly well. So just for a bit of giggles, we're going to just put some animation on this one here. So I'm going to just put a line up there. In fact, I'll just bring the animation page up for a minute. So I'm going to go up. Alright, I'm going to add another animation, and I'm going to go spin. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go effect options, and I'm just going to give it very quickly a bit of smooth start, smooth end, and I'm going to go for 15 degrees, and I'm going to go anti-clockwise because I want the nose to move. I'm going to auto rotate that there so it goes back into its position again. What I'm going to do is just bring that out so it matches that one there, and I'm going to put that so it starts with previous. Now let's look at how that animates now. So Control F5, sorry, Shift F5, so click. So that now rotates from the wheel, and that looks pretty cool. So you can see that's the way we change the rotation points within PowerPoint. And again, that will work with any graphical element you put in PowerPoint. You just change the size of the crop to change the center of rotation to allow us to animate a bit more realistically. So I hope that helps, and I'll see you in the next one.